Namhlanje kwi-Making Moves sizobe sibhekene nomkhakha wokusongoza ingaphakathi lemizi kanye nomsebenzi wezingadi. Sivakashela Ntshepeng Mofokeng ePimville eseSoweto onebhizinisi elibizwa Tsha Motshe Lifestyle elibhekene nokukhiqizwa kwamakhethini nezokulala.
Uthando lokuthi ufuna ukwenza lo msebenzi lusuka kuphi?
Awulo ngibone uhongqona. Ka di weekends ne ke alela msebenzini.
Siphinde sivakashele Noona Creations eseRand Park Ridge ukuze sifunde kabanzi ngebhizinisi labo.
We're sitting on 6.8 million turnover.
Labo somabhizinisi bazovakashela estudio ukuzokhulumisana noPepsi ngezithelo zamabhizinisi abo. Amabhizinisi amancane adlala indima ebalulekile kumnotho waseNingizimu Afrika. Imikhakha yokusongoza ingaphakathi lemizi kanye nomsebenzi wezingadi iyilunga yomsebenzi ephathisene nabantu.
Design and landscaping is not a popular industry. I think it's not popular because most people, they're not interested in that, in designing.
Mina ngicabanga ukuthi abantu bayithatha kancane.
Ngokusho kocwaningo, u-72% womkhakha wezingadi uqhutshwa amabhizinisi amancane.
It sounds more of a male type of industry or career.
Gay people have a perfect sense of design. So I'm not gonna say for females or for males or anything.
Abantu abaningi, they think like, it's gonna mosh imali and stuff.
Honestly, I wouldn't get a designer to come and design my home, you know. I would do it myself.
Ngonyaka ka-2013, lo mkhakha wanikela amaphesenti awu-5.2 kumnotho waseNingizimu Afrika.
I-South African design eminye yemkhakha-ke ekhula ngesikhulu isivinini la ekhaya. Ikakhulukazi uma kuza ko-home decoration industry, la khona-ke izidingo zabantu ziziningi kakhulu, la khona zidlula-ke futhi-ke abantu abasebenza kuwona-ke lo mkhakha lo. International decorators are looking to African designers for beautifully crafted high-end objects. Osomabhizinisi singiphathele bona-ke namhlanje abasebenza kuyona-ke le nkundla. So sithi uxoxisana nabo sizwe ukuthi-ke ingabe na bayawathatha-ke amathuba-ke akhona kuwona lo mkhakha lo. Nalo udaba lwabo.
Lebitso la ka ke Ntshepeng Mofokeng, founder of Tsha Motshe Lifestyle Concepts. We manufacture custom-made curtains. We supply blinds as well as wallpaper, and we do bedding and cushions. You can find us at our Facebook page, which is @Tsha Motshe. Our contact details are there, so please contact us. My name is Ntshepeng Mofokeng. These are my two friends, Lerato waiting for my other friend, Bafedile, more to race. Hore di va stress sa business.
Ntshepeng, she's my friend. I've known her for a couple of years, I think.
Nere attenda this, it was like a youth upliftment program, Nebabita PYO, Pimville Youth Organization. So that's actually where our relationship started.
Most of my friends, I've known them since Banyani.
Growing up, she always have a plan. If we needed something, she always had a plan.
I lady makeup, so I was okay, tomboy.
Well, Ntshepeng is very confused, or used to be confused.
Her strength is undeniable. Losing so many loved ones in such a short period of time.
Losing my mom, my my aunt in less than a year. And I think all of that has somehow overwritten everything else that I've been through.
Mofokeng she played a very important role in her life. I'm close to tears because she lost her recently, and it was hard. It was hard for her.
She is who she is because her grandmother taught what she should do. She must stand for herself.
My grandmother Bonngoe. I think she's been a friend, a mentor, and someone that I've always aspired to be like.
She was closer to her grandmother than her mom.
I don't think I've overcome it. I'm just here, you know. I'm still walking towards my redemption, I guess.
Her weakness is being lazy. She is. Don't tell her I said that.
Oh, punctuality, Lord.
I would say my weakness is putting other people before myself. So I would do anything for anyone, even if it means I get compromised.
If she wants something, she will go for it. She's a goal-getter. That's the one thing that she's strong on.
Her bravery is really unbelievable.
I set my mind on doing something and I do it. I'm a doer.
Namhlanje ngiseSoweto la khona ngizobe ngihlangana nosomabhizinisi wethu wanamhlanje. Uyabona ke phela ke lo sisi lo usebenza ngokukhulu ukuzimisela. Yena ke futhi wenza zonke impahla ezasendlini. Sikhuluma ngezinto ezifana njengamakhethini, ingubo zokulala, konke okuphathelene nezezindlu uyena ke okwenzayo ke. Uzongenela ngaphakathi ngixoxisane naye ngizwe ukuthi ibhizinisi lakhe uliqhuba kanjani njengoba esebenzele ekhaya. Hlala la uhleli khona sixoxisane naye. Sanibonani. Sanibonani. Njani? Sikhona. Ngicela ukuthi ngize ngala. Ngiyabona sekumatasatasa vele.
Siya natural asiyofit.
Yeah.
So siyacedelela.
Niyacedelela. Order le client le.
Order le client.
Okay, ube order in nani?
I beka order ama curtains ne lace for even day 1.
Even day 1. All right ke. Lento yenzayo uyela ngesikoleni. Ngizwe nje kuphela ukuthi ugogo ubuye obekwazi ukuthunga wena wabukela wabona ukuthi nami ngathi ngingayenza le. Uthando lokuthi ufuna ukwenza lo msebenzi lusuka kuphi ke? Ibi mhlambi lokwakubona kugogo noma kwabakhona okunye nje kwakuphusha.
Awolo ke bone hongkgono. Ke udise ke nkgono ka sone ke ka di weekends ne ke alela msebetsing nana le office ko Joburg. So we'd go there every Saturday or sebetsa.
Yeah.
So that's where it started handlan.
Ko pampontshe hanyane o rwetsala ngiyabona bo ausi ba busy ba bang ba folder ba bang ba khata o mo busy ka dibuka. Please hanyane take me through everything to make sure ra hati next or risk di pick up.
Yeah, ke nana re ke Zanele.
Awuzanele wetsa ngemwa.
Zanele o di etsa kaofela wa roka wa prepper up wa aina wa installer.
Yeah.
I met Ntshepeng the year before. It was August. Then was fundisa machine singazi nix. And then was fundisa nokufaka ama curtains. Safunda nokuthunga ama curtains.
Let's say I'm a new client, I'm walking in here. What is the first step that you will take me through?
The first step would be, do you know what color of curtains you're looking for? Can I go look at your house, take measurements, and then we take it from there. So I can get the measurements that will be able to determine the amount of material you'll need and how much it will cost labor-wise.
Let's say I'm fence terekan, and I'm looking for curtain fence terekan. Maybe same material here. What are we looking at?
Same material, about 400.
400 bucks? Wow.
Between lace and curtain, labor costs are different, and you can charge per meter.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. That's why it's over 400.
The clients are how is it mostly bomme or a variety of batho?
Both okay. And then both male and female.
All right.
Yeah. Go fela haholo e tla ba batho ba bomme ba nang ke re ke bona ba etsa ba taking care of the home.
Yes.
Yeah, but ke na le di customer tse leng hore ke bontate ha ba dule le basadi. Ba re fela re kopa hore ke tsetse di garte. So now I go and choose whatever ke batlang e ke na hore tlo matcha le interior ya bona.
Yeah. for motho ko ha o shebeletsene are okay ke a bona di curtains tsa di ntle and you said ore la fita le tsa yeng. But what's unique about what you do?
What's unique is that we offer a end-to-end product or service. So we come, we consult, we take measurements, what type of fabric we recommend, we even bring samples. So now you do it in the comfort of your own house, at your convenience, because we're after working hours. And then after that, and we fit like this. We do stress. And then if you need your curtains to be washed, yeah. So that's what makes us unique.
Yeah.
We met for curtain shop. So kile ka bona the choices tsa masela nana le tsona go trolling ya high. I approached her. So ka mmotse gore wa roka na a ba re wa roka ka be ke re hai are ya re long quota ba bona e be re drive e be re tla a ba measure ba quota and that's it ba ke re no okay. The reason why ke ile go Ntshepeng ka decide gore ke tlo etsa ka yena it is because I knew gore dilo tsa high di custom made o ke la bona o tlo etsa ntwe ke e batla.
Ausi ke bona mosebetsi wa hao o motle and the curtains tsa hao di a ipuela. Empa before I let you go, business ya hao is based ko Soweto. We've moved around to here bona clients tsa hao. Are you accessible ko bathong?
I am very accessible. Yes. As you can see, I'm for easy, and we went to Naturena. Yeah. I have clients everywhere.
What bona kgwebo ho yetsa?
Ke batla bona kgwebo ya ka e rana without me being in it.
Is that all you want?
Ntshepeng wafunda ukuthunga esemncane efundiswa ugogo wakhe. Kula khona ke uthando lokuthi athunge laqala khona. Wathi sesuka lapho wafuna kwazi ukuthi athole indlela yokuthi ke angathatha kanjani lolu uthando lwakhe lokuthunga aliphenduleke alenze lona ke ukuthi limnikeze imali. Njengamanje use studio sethu uxoxisana nozakwethu ngebusiness lakhe. Ake sizwe ukuthi ke bona bakhulume ngani.
Not really sure what to expect, but we'll take it as it comes.
Ntshepeng hore Ntshepeng o tlo re fa lesedi ka kgwebo ya hae re tlo qoqa ka Tsha Motshe. So who are your clients typically? What kind of people do you make household items for? I get it ke bo di kharetene, di duvet, pillowcase, the cushion into those the blinds. Who do you service?
I service are mostly middle class people, like your LSM 5 to 10, because they never have time so they want things to be brought to them.
Okay, and you drive.
I drive to them.
And you take measurements and you do. How do you get your clients?
Up till now, it's been on word of mouth only. They get referred to by their friends or family members that I've done work for.
Okay, so it's word of mouth, referrals. And are you happy with the way the business is right now?
Not really. Not really happy. Without me being in it. Yeah.
Is that all you want?
For now, yes.
For now?
Yes. Getting more business in.
Okay. So you're finding day to day you have to be there.
To be there.
In terms of manufacturing and sewing and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Does that take up most of your time?
It takes up a lot of time.
Okay. And why did you start this business in the first place?
I've always wanted to run a business. I just didn't know which one I would fall into. I've sold just about everything as I was growing up. But I guess...
What's the craziest thing you've sold?
The craziest thing was a stock fill package in school. I used to, for the birthdays, I would say we contribute to a certain amount, and when it's someone's birthday, I buy them gifts, but the money was with me. So I would always buy the cheapest of things and chow the rest of the money, so I made a lot of profit.
What are the things that you were hoping you'd get out of the business?
The financial freedom, the being able to to employ people more than anything. Being able to make sure that they've got food on their tables, that's one of the things. And the advantage about the skill that I have, that I think my grandmother left for me, is that I'm able to transfer it to other people. And I know once it's about kokasi, there is no you know. So it's one of the things that that actually made me want to be in business.
Are you achieving those things?
Yes, I am currently.
Okay. You keep saying to me you're fine. Financially, you've got financial freedom.
That's what I want. I want financial freedom. That's how I started the business.
Okay.
That's the reason why.
What define financial freedom? When you're making how much will you say I've achieved financial freedom?
When I can afford to buy something without looking at the price.
How shall the projections are how much do you want your business to turn over every month? In your mind, how
my mind.
What do you think is realistic?
Oh, in my wildest of dreams, about plus minus 350.
So plus minus 350,000 rand a month?
A month.
Turnover?
Turnover,
What
yes.
would your profit be on that?
Normally it's about 45–50%.
Okay. Including your cost of labor,
yes,
your transport, etc.,
yes,
etc. Okay, so with that, you're making roughly 175,000 rand a month profit.
Yes.
Jeez. Yeah, you can buy a lot of jackets without looking at the price. So, fine. 350. That's our number. How do we get from here to there? What needs to happen?
What needs to happen is I need some financial injection. So I'm actually busy with a few departments for financing. So I'd like to get a loan, if I can, and be able to manufacture stuff that I can sell.
Who are you going to sell it to?
What I'd like to do now is go to all these developing areas, put up a tent or maybe get a stand in one of the shopping centers and have people who live there buy stuff from us.
Okay, I have absolute faith in you.
Thank you.
And I think you've done phenomenally well to get here. So I'm going to send you off for a coaching session and have a conversation with somebody else that can help you get to our magic number of 350,000.
Okay, thank you.
Ntshepeng will now go for a coaching session with Rosh Mamabulo, Managing Director of Radipulelo Business Consulting. They're going to have a chat, hopefully get some insight into her business, and then we'll have a chat to her afterwards and find out how it went.
Wow, it was very exciting. And I've made some really large commitments, like I've given a large number that's my target. So I hope to get to know how I'm going to reach it with my coach.
Is this business profitable?
2013, 2014, we were sitting on 6.8 million turnover, but we still made a loss, you know.
Ngokuya ngophenyo olwenziwe lithi u72% of the landscaping industry iququzelwa kakhulu osomabhizinisi laba abasafufusa. Uyabona ke lo mkhakha lona sikhuluma ngeinkampani ezinakekela izingadi ke ezamakhaya noma ke futhi izingadi zezinye ke inkampani la ngaphandle. Baye besho bethi ke futhi ke usungulela ibhizinisi lakho kona lo mkhakha akubizi kakhulu. Yikona ke lokho kuphinde futhi kusizwe osomabhizinisi ukuthi bayiqalela amabhizinisi wabo kuona lenkundla le ngeimali zabe iphuma emaphaketheni. Lokhu ke yiko futhi ke lokho ekusize uThatho noLerato ukuthi bayiqalele ibhizinisi labo.
I'm Thato Monanyana, the co-founder and director of Noona Creations, a design company offering interior services, landscape architecture, and construction fit-outs. We add life to buildings.
Thato, this is my home, Remo Pinville, 410 Yati Street. I've got Miso here. I'm just going to take you through my family, my neighborhood. This is my sister, Lerato Mbulwa. She's also my business partner, just by the way. We run Noona together. This is my dad, my lifetime partner.
I never had trouble with actually. I think she's grown up very well.
Bana ke re ba godisitse nna le ntate. Re sokola. Go se monate. Lerato ke ngwana o na utlwa ka tsele makatsang.
Mama sita.
Thato ke ngwana o mongwe o ne ke dula ke mo shapa. A sa utlwe. Ha o mo jesa o tla re Thato feditse dijo ka ntontsa ja kgwela ka ko morago ga so fedijo.
Now that I know.
I think it's better when someone else talks about you than you talking about yourself.
How was she?
Yes. She's the one that must tell us how it was growing up in Congo.
Yeah, Thato is very consistent in any decision. Yeah, lady boyfriend, she always, I can count all her exes in like 3, I think by 3 or by 2. Like she's very, she takes time and she gives things time and she's just very consistent and very mature, a mature young lady. Yeah.
I'm too mature to a point where she says I'm not fun.
She called me 3 weeks ago, Kofi Lakazi, and then Nape like if it's a Mokabo 11, and then she's like, Naki Robets. So that's how much fun she is. Remo Orlando Towers. More because it's closer to home. I usually come here, so Thato and the girls are here to try something new. So I'm excited. It only lasts 3 seconds.
I think I've got a teensy little bit of fear that I can feel inside of me. I'm hoping that I'll overcome it when I get up there. Again.
Why not?
My knees were too close, so I hurt myself here. I'm the kind of person that does something once and one time experience.
Give me 5. Good.
Yeah.
Namhlanje ngise-Renpark Ridge la khona ngizohlangana nosomabhizinisi wethu engizekuyena ke namhlanje. Igama lakhe uThatho, igama lenkampani yakhe iNoona Creations. Bona bathi benza amahhovisi abantu abe mahleke, baphinde futhi benza nabo landscaping. Akengenela ngaphakathi ngibona ukuthi ihhovisi lakhe lihle njengalawa amanye amahhovisi ahlale ethi uwenza abe bukhazikhazi. Numela?
Hi.
Lega?
Kita ngono kae?
Keteng. Au se ketlile ko Thato. Teng.
O teng.
Okay, no ketlile ko yana ne.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Thato.
Hi.
There's somebody here to see you.
Okay. Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
Lega?
Keteng.
Keteng. Finally, it's nice to put the face to the name.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice office space. I see a lot of plants, whole green everywhere.
This is what we are all about, office plants, cleaning and hygiene, construction installations.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, we basically offer design services and facilities management solutions for the real estate property sector.
I won't break it down step by step. Okay, no, I've been looking for these guys. Let me contact them.
Okay, we start from going into the space, taking the brief from the client. I've got this space, this is what I want to do to it. So we would come in, do a site survey, conduct an assessment on the space, and then we go back and we conceptualize on the idea of what we want the space to look like, the end product.
Who does what here, and what do you do besides over, the boss here now?
What we have is project administrator. Disetso, for example, does our marketing and sales. And then we've got Busi, who liaises with the clients.
Kahle kahle ngisebenzisana nama-client kahle. Ukwenza sure ukuthi ama-client ajabulile. Nama-employee awenuna abakhona lapho esayithini.
We've got Lerato, who does the operations management.
Lerato is your sister.
She's my elder sister, yes.
And also your business partner.
50% shareholder.
Yes.
With myself, yes.
All right, I'll meet.
Okay, please come through.
This is your sister.
This is Lerato.
How? Legacy?
Good day, okay.
Good day.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. You know, because we must always try and separate business le family. How does it work?
Thato has immense experience in interior, architecture, project management, and my experience is more on the construction project management and financial project management. So I think it's more like looking at each other outside of that space of being sisters. Yeah.
From what I'm told, this is not just the only section at the offices in Nalungyona. Where's the other section?
It's just across this office park. We were much smaller then when we started. And with the projects we tend to employ a lot of people.
Please take me through. Area current package. Someone else from the place where people can access the place easily. Would you say this location is ideal for one?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's ideal because there's no traffic congestion for me and my employees. They become more flexible.
Yeah.
Most of our clients don't want to come here. They want us to go to them because they just feel Rodiport, because it falls under Rodiport.
Yes.
As much as, our address says Randburg, it's still Randburg Rodiport.
Is this business profitable?
The business is profitable when managed properly. For example, 2013, 2014, we were sitting on 6.8 million turnover, but we still made a loss,
Wait.
Yeah. We still made a loss. And this year we're sitting on 5.3 million.
No losses?
Well, we haven't identified the losses yet. We've done our management accounts and done our submissions through SARS, so that's where we're sitting on.
I'd like to introduce Nkuli Bokhapa. She's the group property manager for Rio Tinto.
Haki get into the space of looking for service providers in the particular service that they are doing. From previous experience with other companies, there were actually no black companies that were presenting the same offering. And so when they came across, I thought their timing was perfect.
What has made you guys keep them for so long? Because after maybe a year, change.
Well, we've received good service. They've been quite exceptional with their service offerings. And we have a very good business understanding in terms of service delivery and what we want from them as a service provider. So all our output specification and the requirements that we have put in place, they've met those requirements and they've exceeded on that.
I got to find out about Noona business in another industry friend. Go the office, I just saw some beautiful done-up office, and at that time I was also going to be moving into new offices, and I wanted to engage services of a professional. And we found that within the budget that we had, we were able to negotiate a mutually beneficial agreement. So I wouldn't say they were out of budget, but at the same time, for the value that we got, we were happy with what we paid.
Design software alone, a license would cost between 11 and 15,000.
Why are you guys not spending that money?
We don't have that money.
uThatho noLerato basungula iNoona Creations ngomhla ka-2011 bengenayo imali yomxhaso. Uyabona bona bebenalo-ke ikhono lokuthi bafuna ukusiza abanye abantu-ke ngokuthi bazakhele amadlela aluhlaza. Kula khona-ke babona kahle ukuthi abayiqalele yabo-ke ibhizinisi. Uyabona kuba somabhizinisi kuza-ke nelinye-ke ikhandela inkenkethayo. Kodwa-ke esizwa ukuthi-ke bona-ke laba babili-ke abesimame-ke abawosomabhizinisi babhekana kanjani-ke ney'nkinga zamabhizinisi wabo njengoba benathi-ke e-studio.
We just arrived at the studios. I'm feeling nervous, excited.
More than anything, I think we're expecting some guidance in terms of coaching and, you know, getting our business from where it is onto the next level.
Itori Fokotsa with the awesome twosome, the sisters Thato and Lerato. Welcome to the hot seats, ladies. How are you?
We well, thank you.
Yeah?
Excited. Good.
And who's the boss?
Yes, Thato is the boss at the outside, and I'm the boss at the office.
There's never two bosses, guys.
Funny enough, it works out because I think we've found our strengths. We know what we're capable. So we lead in different ways. We lead in different aspects of our business.
It depends on the issue.
And it depends, yeah.
You can have two bosses, but you're bosses in different areas.
Yeah. Correct.
So what's not working about the business right now?
Quite a few things. I'll talk about past and present. Past was funding and, you know, the financial processes that we didn't have in our business. And presently as well, we still have those challenges. And also just the infrastructure within our office. There's a lot of things that we need to change and improve, our systems, IT, software, hardware. Things like, you know, HR, we tend to hire quite a lot of people when we do our construction fit-outs from the design aspect. So it becomes challenging to deal with, you know, the labor, HR, all those, yeah.
I know you drive a fancy Mercedes, so...
Oh, my word.
So now, given that, what are the financial issues?
We still look at our business as a small business. So, and once we start opening up that, looking at it as a bigger business, it means we need more money to fund that. Like playing big, it's more difficult. We need more different software. We need to pay for that software. We need, design software alone, a license would cost between 11 and 15,000. That's not money that we're not ready to cough out.
Why are you guys not spending that money?
We don't have that money.
So what are you doing about that?
We are doing interventions like marketing ourselves, going out there and finding more business so we can make more profit and gain from that.
What was the turnover last year?
Last year, 2014-15, it was 4.6 million.
Okay, so where's the 15,000 in there? I'm sure there's 15,000 there somewhere.
Remember, it's construction. Construction yields high turnover, and the profit margin depends on the type of projects that you do. It's not as easy as, yeah, it's a 4 million, you should make 50%. If it rains a lot, it means your 50% goes to 45. If there's problems with starting on site because of building plans not being approved, there's just too many aspects that shift that margins. Profit margin.
So what's your average margin for a year? So, or a project, I mean, broadly, on average?
Between 15 and 25%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you should have done okay with 4.7, 4.8 million?
Our industry breaks at some point. There's just no projects. I think from October up until December and from January up until April, there's no projects. Because it's either there's builders' holidays, people have gone away, and when they come back, they're a bit more relaxed, and they only really start looking at things from the beginning of the financial year. And things only start picking up from May, June, July, and then until September, and then they break again. So we only have 6 months in 1 year to make it happen. So that's also a bit of a challenge for us because
with the other 6 months we carry overheads and we're not getting income. There's no revenue generation. So it becomes a battle.
It sounds like there are a few kind of fundamental issues. The first one, it sounds like there's this kind of variable versus fixed cost issue.
Definitely.
Because what do you do with those overheads when you're not working? Do you keep the landscapers? Do you keep the designers? Do you keep them and keep paying them?
That's what we used to do. Since last year, we've changed, I think, 80% of them to project-based. We used to keep them and fund. So whatever profit we make of those good months, we would make sure that for the other months we fund those landscapers. Not that they're not doing anything when they're at the office. They're preparing, they're looking at
Working on proposals.
And,
but strictly speaking, you don't
there's no
really
money
generating
coming in.
anything, exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then the second issue seems to be this funding issue. Are you guys raising money? Because you seem to need a bit of an injection at the moment.
If we had to get 5 or 2 projects, let's say, that needed 500,000 injection, that's the type of, we want funding that's directed to the project.
It sounds like you need some capital just to take you up to the next level. So, Skoloto sometimes in business is required.
It is, but we've been trying to save ourselves from bad
There's a point where you do need it.
Yeah.
No, okay. No,
There's
if
a
you
point
put
when
it
you
that
did
way,
it.
definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you guys. I love the business. I love the potential that it's got. And I love the fact that we're having this conversation and you're saying the things that you're saying. Because I think if you focus on the things that you say you're going to focus on, then your business will be a success. Cool. I'm going to send you guys off for a coaching session.
Okay.
And then afterwards we'll sit down and we'll chat and you'll tell me how that went.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
The experience with Pepsi was quite grilling. I think he touched on a lot of aspects of our business that we also just forgot about completely.
That we didn't think about. And he just asked those difficult, sensitive, those itchy questions.
So for her to be able to make 350, she needs to check up her system.
Don't underestimate the power of the name. They knew you as Noona.
Amabhizinisi amaningi la ngaphandle asafufusa bayabesebenzise kabasebenzi abancane ekwazini ukuthi lokhu kubasize ukuthi imali zabo bayigcine zikahle. Lokhu ke futhi kuyanikezeke yena usomabhizinisi ithuba lokuthi asebenze kulona ibhizinisi lakhe mihla namalanga. Izona ke lezi izathu ke lezi ezisiza ukuthi osomabhizinisi bakwazi ukuthola abaqeqeshi abazokwazi ukubasiza ukuthi ibhizinisi labo balibambe ngendlela ekahle ukuthi yonke into ihambe ngononini babo.
What are the specific challenges that you
It's cash flow. And what happens is I consult, and then I go source for fabric, and then clients choose, and then I manufacture them, and then I go install.
What do the other people also do in the business?
Like they do a bit of manufacturing, which I do most of, because they are not as perfect as I am.
So there's a whole issue of you are overworked.
Yes.
Right?
Very.
There's also an issue of that the business is not making enough money to pay you, who is actually putting more hours than everybody else. Tell me about your customer base. Who are you targeting? Who are the people that you're actually trying to focus on?
I'm focusing on households, especially professionals who have an 8-to-4 job and they don't have time to go sourcing for their own curtains and blinds and all of that. I do that for them.
All right, our magic number for Ntshepeng is 350,000. Rosh, what's the story? What have you found that is standing in the way of Ntshepeng reaching that 350,000 rand number?
I think the biggest challenge that Ntshepeng has is she doesn't have capacity. She can easily reach 350, but I think she needs to have capacity in terms of manufacturing. So, I mean, with our discussion, she's actually spending most of her time in the business, not on the business. So she needs to start, putting systems and processes in place and having a team that will be able to run the operations in her absence. At the moment, she's swamped with work and she can't take more. right? And if she can't take more, she can't make 350. So for her to be able to make 350, she needs to jack up her systems. She needs to get a good team and have more, equipment, and she'll be able to bring in more work and generate more money.
I love what you said. You had me when you started and you said, she can do 350. It's actually possible for her to do. Why is it possible for her to reach 350?
She's got a clientele. She knows, she's been running this business for 7 years. She knows what she's doing. She's got a clientele. And I think based on that, there's a market, right? She has identified her market, but she's not, fulfilling that market because there's only one of her, and there's hundreds of them out there. She knows that the market can afford to pay. LSM5, they can afford to pay. They don't have time. She's providing the convenience.
What are you going to do differently starting tomorrow?
Starting tomorrow, differently, I'll hopefully start by jotting down the things that we were talking about, with rush.
I think you should jot them down today.
Okay. Yeah. Especially the part where I need to put the systems and process in place. I think if I could say, I would say I have enough equipment already. It's only making sure that I've got qualified people to work in the business whilst I do other things. So I'm going to start on that and get as much help as I can so that I'm able to move it forward.
Guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Ntshepeng, for sharing your journey with us, and best of luck. Rosh, thank you very much for spending time with us. And I hope you continue this conversation and you continue to be a sounding board and support. And Ntshepeng, I hope you tap into the different structures that are out there, whether it's SIFA, it's Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, all of those kinds of structures can help you in terms of not just funding, but with organizing your business a little bit better. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, in a moment, we're going to catch up with the ladies from Noona Creations.
What is Noona? How did you come about with that name, and what makes Noona different from other businesses like yourself?
When we first thought of the name, it was more towards designing furniture for kids, interiors.
When it comes to say that, what is your X factor?
We are qualified in what we do. We've got construction experience, we've got project management experience, we've got interior architecture experience, and we also get involved in our projects.
Is this helping you a bit in terms of now focusing and making it more to simplify it for people to understand what you do?
We've recently relaunched Noona. It's going to be called Organified, which simply just means bringing the outside in.
People, wouldn't they lose who you are? Would they still understand that it's the same company? How are you bridging that gap?
The logo that we've now designed for Organified still takes on the same colors that Noona has. It still has the same symbol that Noona has. So we didn't try to move too much or too far out from Noona.
Ausiba Noona, which has now become Organified, bringing the outside in. Baduzili Auspiseletso, and they've had a chat about their business, which, for official purposes, so everybody knows, is now called Organified, bringing the outside in. I get something hearing for the voiceover. Sure. What are the most alarming problems that you found with this business?
I wouldn't call it the most alarming, but I would say it's something that they should consider, especially now that they have changed the name. I do believe that in the change of name, somehow you lose some of your market share because people are used to you for the past 4 years of operating or so with this name. So you need to really relaunch that name in a way that people understand that you still can offer what you used to offer, but now in a very beautiful way. I mean, this is unique concept that you are running, especially you saying you bring in the outside in, and you run that through also your product manufacturing. You say you manufacture furniture. It's a very brilliant concept, but don't lose and don't underestimate the power of the name. They knew you as Noona. Now you are Organified. You need to make sure that you harmonize and you bring those things together in a way that you don't lose your clients.
And how did you ladies find the coaching session? Is there anything that perhaps jumped out at you, something that made you think a little bit deeper?
Ospiseletso kept on stressing on making sure that we don't lose our current clients. So we will make sure that we carry that through, because we didn't look at it that way. We looked at it as our current client seeing us growing, coming with us and growing with us. So we took it for granted that we need to make sure that as part of our marketing strategy, we make sure that we encompass making sure that our current clients understand this new offering, how it integrates with the previous offering, because those people are the people that sell us at the end of the day.
What is the marketing strategy now moving forward? To build a marketing strategy. So what are the fundamentals of that marketing strategy?
The bigger picture of the company is to grow it so that it has an integrated service offering of property management solutions. That is the bigger picture. That is not now. Right now, what we're trying to tackle is that we customize our service offerings so that they are specialized for these things, so that we become specialists in every aspect of the operations of our products in the business. But the bigger picture is to have a property management company that offers design, that offers maintenance, that offers construction, that offers specialized services, pest control, waste management, recycling. So it's a whole property service offering.
Ladies, thank you very much. So thank you for your time. Much, much appreciated. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you integrate yourself all the way to the rich house. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. That's all we have for you today. I hope the show has stimulated you to step out of your comfort zone and not allow the lack of resources to hold you back from reaching your goals. That's what these entrepreneurs did, and we salute them right here on Making Moves. Keep watching us, Making Moves, SABC 1, Mzansi for sure. Until next week.
I'm going out with my head up high. I was on the verge of giving up, honestly, getting a job and quitting all of this. But Making Moves gave me hope, because what this says to me is we are aware of what you do and we're proud of you and holding your hand, and we want you to go forward. So thank you.
The more I'm asked questions about our business, the more I get to see our weaknesses, our strong points, where we should change, where we can grow.
It's been a wonderful experience. I've enjoyed it, and it's one of those things that will allow us to, to speak more about our business, what we do, to tell people who we are, and where we want to go and where we see ourselves going.